There's a couple things that come to mind. One is the understanding that it takes money to make money. There's a lot of people who haven't really thought this through all the way. And they come to the table and they're like, my goal is to grow my business from 50,000 a year to 500,000 a year. And then their budget is like $100 a month. And so just imagine in 12 months you spend $1,200 and you're able to turn that into 500,000. That would be really nice, but it's not likely. If that was possible, then everybody would just throw down $1,000 and make a shitload of money. These days, like with construction marketing being so competitive and being very saturated, the economy has gotten a lot more efficient, meaning it's a lot harder to get 1,000% return on your marketing spend as it was 20 years ago. When the internet first came out, you could throw a website together that looked like ass and put it online and people would find it and they would call you. It was amazing. You could literally make 100-to-1 return on your online marketing budget 20 years ago. These days, you got to be happy to make a return. Like I always say, when we're first starting a campaign for a company, especially in a competitive area, our first goal is to break even. If you put 1,000 in, we want to make sure you at least get your money back. That would be a victory because then we can aim to 2x. If you can 2x your money, awesome. You put 1,000 in, you get 2,000 out. Okay, we'll put 10,000 in, get 20,000 out. That might not be enough return for you in the long run, so let's go for 3x. If you can 3x your marketing spend, especially when you're first getting started with this stuff, like that's a huge success. But that also means if you want to do 500,000 in a year and profit 150,000, say, you're going to be needing to spend 1,000 plus a month to get that. And that would be successful. A lot of contractors, they just come to the table with really unrealistic expectations. And all they need to do is break out a calculator and a piece of paper and do the math. How much would you be willing to spend to make what you're trying to make? And then you can go about trying to figure that out. So that's one thing. The customers that come and work with us who have reasonable expectations and are willing to pay to play, they always do a lot better and they always struggle a lot less, especially mentally and emotionally. Another group of our clients who do really well are just people who are in lower competition areas. So if you're in a rural area, maybe your population's 50 to 100,000, you have a really good shot at getting to the top of your market relatively easily compared to a general contractor in Los Angeles. If you start a company in Los Angeles, or even if your company's been around for 40 years, if you start marketing your company in Los Angeles today, it's like going from zero to the NBA. Like you're playing with the best of the best marketers. You're competing against companies that have been spending 10, 20, 50, $100,000 a month for years. So for you to come in and have likely a really small budget, it's just going to be extremely difficult. So you have to realize that. But again, if you're in a really rural area, you might just come out of the gates with something that's halfway good and automatically be better than everyone you're competing against.